So fopen. So first we have to open a file, and the last step is closing a file. So in between opening and closing a file, we are going to do some operations. That means reading operation or a writing operation or appending operation or copying from one file to other file. So in every file program, opening a file and closing a file, these two steps are mandatory. So go to new and save it. Save it with what? Fread. Fread and write. Fread, or you can say first we will write. So fwrite.c. Fwrite.c. So maximize it. Maximize. So start the code. First I'm writing void main to execute my program. Opening and closing braces. First one. To perform writing operation on this file, we must open a file first. So I'm writing a code for opening a file. How to open a file? We must use the function fopen. So fopen function we have to use. And fopen function will take two argument. First one is which file, into which file you are going to write that file. My file name is notes1.txt. Notes1.txt. This is the file name, comma, and why you are opening this notes1.txt. For writing operation or reading operation, you have to specify in the second argument for writing operation. Fopen function, by taking notes1.txt as first argument and second argument as a writing mode. So fopen function will open notes1.txt in a writing mode, and it will returns the link to note1.txt or pointer to notes1.txt to the left side. So what is written to the left side by the fopen function? File pointer. So that file pointer we will hold with the fp variable, which is a file pointer variable. But we not created a fp pointer. So before that, before using the fp pointer, we should create the fp pointer. How to create? File capitals, all capitals, and fp. Fp is an armor variable, but we need a pointer variable, so that before that fp variable keep one star, so that pointer variable is created. With that pointer variable, we will hold the link to the note1.txt provided by fopen function. So fopen function will return link to note1.txt to the left side, and that will capture with fp. Why to hold the link? Because to perform reading and writing operations on the notes1.txt, we need a link, because note1.txt in the database, but we are accessing in the program. So we need to make a link from our program to the note1.txt, which is saved in the hard disk. సో అక్కడి నుంచి యాక్సెస్ చేసుకోవడానికి మన ప్రోగ్రాంలో ఒక లింక్ అనేది క్రియేట్ చేయాలి. దట్ లింక్ ఈజ్ ఎఫ్పి. సో ఎఫ్పి ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ note1.txt. See, the file note1.txt is not created. I didn't create this file. So what fopen function will do? If the note1.txt file does not exist in the database, in writing mode, fopen function will create a new file with the note1.txt with the same name that you given as a first argument. With that name only, if note1.txt file does not exist in the database, it does not return any null pointer to fp. It will create note1.txt with this name, and it will open writing mode by placing the file marker at the beginning of the note1.txt. So I didn't execute this one. So we will see if we execute, where this note1.txt is going to create it. Where this program is saved, in that location only it is created. So where it is saved, for example, you will see when you press save as, here you see turbo c3 bin folder. In that folder only our fwrite.c is there. So in that location only our file is going to create. So let me show the location first. So this is our turbo C++. go to the properties and open the file location and go to disk turbo C3. Here in the bin folder, all our programs will be there. I will show my program, today's program. What is today's program name? F-write. So this is the program. So this is the program turbo C3 bin location. So whatever we have, that program is, we didn't save, so that file content is not written. So what we are creating notes1.txt. Earlier, yesterday I created notes, so I am deleting it. So whatever you create, that will be created at this location at the end of this particular folder. So when you execute it, it will find the particular node1.txt, but node1.txt is not there. So our fopen function will create node1.txt within a writing mode, and that node1.txt is placed here in the hard disk. So we go to the program again, right? Node1.txt. So sometimes if what we can say with the other reasons, if the node1.txt is unable to create, fopen function will return null. So how to check whether file is really opened or not? We have to check that operation before going to do any writing operation or reading operation, because if the file is not opened, you cannot perform any reading and writing operation. So I'm checking that condition. If fp equal to null, what is the meaning? Actually, fp should contain a pointer to node1.txt. Instead of that pointer, it is holding the value null, because fopen function try to create node1.txt or try to open node1.txt in a writing mode, but it is unable to open. Fopen function is unable to open node1.txt in a writing mode. In that case, fopen function returns null to the left side and fp is assigned with null. Then to check whether fp is null or not, we will use the if condition. If fp is equal to null, then you write down exit 0. Exit 0 means you are exiting from the program, because if fp pointer is null, that means node1.txt is not opened. If the file is not opened, we cannot do any further operations, reading and writing operations. So we are simply exiting from the program by writing the exit 0. So this will when this line is executed, the total program is terminated. We don't execute further operations, reading and writing operations. If it is not null, then this condition is false and exit 0 function won't execute. Then program is not terminated. We will come to the next statement. Here, if it is not null, that means fopen function successfully opened note1.txt. Now we are going to write some data. How to write some data? Write some data into the file. Which functions we have to use? First, let me discuss the character by character functions. What functions? Character by character functions I'm writing here. That means in this particular program, I am using getC, putC function, and I am using getC functions in this particular program. So character by character reading and character by character writing, that we are going to discuss. So here putC function I am writing, because we opened node1.txt in a writing mode, so that I am going to put, or I am going to write one single character into this particular file pointer associated with node1.txt. So what is the syntax? PutC, and single character we have to write C, comma, and into what you are writing this character, that we have to write into which file pointer? Into the file pointer of node1.txt you are going to write. That means fp. So into this fp, That means into this file, we are going to write one single character. But what is C? C is a character variable. So we must define that character variable also. Character C. After writing all the declaration of variables, so CLR, SCR. Okay, we completed this one also. Here, C is a character variable, but character variable is empty. So ask the user to enter one character. Printf. Here in the new line, I am asking the user, please enter data or character. Then user will enter character. How to capture? I am using the function getChar. GetChar function will get one single character from the keyboard and returns to the left side. When it returns, it takes one single character from the keyboard and returning to the left side, that I will capture with the character variable C. Now what is C? C is a single character entered by the user, and that single character is captured by getChar function. GetChar name itself is suggesting the meaning. Gets char, single char from the keyboard and returns to the left side. That we will store it into C. That single character, by using the putC function or fputC function, we are going to put into this file pointer associated with this note1.txt. Writing the single character C into the FP means nothing but writing into note1.txt, because we opened in a writing mode. So we will see semicolon, and you write down here some getch. So with this, we completed writing one single character into the FP, and I'm going to close the file here. How to close the file? Fclose function. Fclose function. What you are closing? You are closing FP file. So that file pointer pointing to this note1.txt file is closed. This syntax is for closing the file. Right. Press the Alt F9. 4 errors. What are the 4 errors? It is forcing us to include the what we can say include stdio.h. It is forcing us to include. No, it is not forcing us to include for what we can say printf and scanf. But when we are writing file, it is saying that undefined symbol file. So for that, we need to include the stdio.h, because that file belongs to this particular stdio.h header file. So now press Alt F9. Now 00 errors. I already shown the directory. In that the note1.txt is not there. When note1.txt is not there, fopen function will create a new file with this note1.txt in a writing mode and opens the file pointer to the left side. So after executing this one, we will see whether it is created or not. So Control F9, enter data, single character I am entering, capital A, and enter, and press enter. So program is completed. So what we is said, the node1.txt is not there. So that fopen function created node1.txt in the specified folder location, and file pointer is returned. That file pointer is equal to null? No. So exit function is not executed, and come to the next line. Printf. What is printed on the monitor? Please enter data. What we entered? Only one single character. That single character is captured with getChar function. GetChar will capture that capital A from the keyboard and return to the C. And now C means A. By using putC function, that C inside A inside C, that A, which is character, is returned into FP. FP means node1.txt. Now we will go to the folder location and we will see in the node1.txt whether capital A is returned or not. So minimize and go to the folder location, turbo C3 bin. Here you see earlier it is not there, note1.txt. Now notes1.txt is created. you see capital A is returned here. You see here, capital A is returned. For your convenience, I am going to execute one more time. So I will write this time capital B. So Alt F9, Control F9. This time I'm writing B and press enter. So now B should go to the file, minimize, go to the folder, open the notes1.txt. Now you see B is written. But my intention is this much file is there. Even we can write more data, more data. But why you are writing only one single character only? You are able to write multiple lines, multiple characters you can write. For that, what we have to do? We will go to the program. We have taken only one single character, and by using the putc function, only one single character is returned into fp file. What we have to do to write multiple files into the note1.txt, these two statements, getting one character into C, putting one character into file, these two statements must be repeated number of times to insert multiple characters. So how many times you are going to repeat? Those many times you are going to write characters. That many times we have to repeat the the getChar function and putc function. These two functions must be repeated. So how to repeat? How many times you are going to repeat? We don't know, because whenever you are writing any text, how many characters it contains, a message or what, that you don't know. So because when you don't know how many times loop is going to be iterated, then we will use while loop. When you know exact number of iterations, we will use for loop. When you don't know exact number of iterations, we will use a while loop. Already we discussed. So here in the while loop I am writing here, the while loop I am writing here. So every time while loop will iterate getChar function. Every time it will iterate getChar. Whenever getChar function is iterated and executed, one character is stored into C. Next time again it will be executed and another character is stored into B. Like this, how many times you are going to iterate this one? If you don't write the control string here, what will happen? This loop will iterate for infinite times. So here I'm going to write the termination condition here. How to write? So here, if the getChar function read one character and that character is stored into C, if that character is not equal to null, not equal to null, until that time you read the one character. For example, I read first time A I read from the keyboard and stored it into C. Is that A is equal to null? No, true. Again, we will come to this second line, this first statement of the while loop. And here, what is C now? A. That A is stored into FP. Again, we will go to the while loop. One more time getChar function will execute. Then we will enter B, and getChar function will capture B and store it into C. Now C means B. And that same B is compared with null. Is that B equal to null? No. So it is true. Then again we will go to the put C statement, and C is stored into FP. What is there inside C? B. So B is written into FP. Again we will go to the getChar function. This time getChar function will read C. That C is stored into C. C is equal to null? No. It is true. Yes, what? C is equal to null? Yes, it is not equal to null. So it is true. Then we will go to the next statement. What is C? Inside C, we have a C. That C is placed into FP. Again, one more time, getChar function will read D. getChar function will read D. That D is stored into, right? That D is stored in, here you write down char, right? So that D is stored into C. That same D is compared with not equal to null. D not equal to null, yes, condition is true. Then again you go to the put C function. Now D is written into the FP. So now after this, these many characters are sufficient. So I want to enter what? Null. So instead of null, you can also write end of file character, EOF. So how to represent end of file character? With the Control Z, if you press Control Z, if you press, what will happen? You are going to represent the end of file character like -1 or something. So when you enter end of file character by pressing the Control Z, that end of file character is taken by getchar and stored into C. Now you compare, the end of file character in the C is not equal to end of file character, false. So then that time you will stop this particular writing into the file. Right. So now I'm going to execute the function. Before that, Alt F9, 00 errors, Control F9. So I'm pressing capital A, capital B, capital C, D, E, F, G, H, Bhalu A, B, C, D, F, G, H, right? And you press Control Z and press enter. Control Z means end of file. You press and go to the file and you see minimize. Go to the location and now you see note1.txt is written with A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Now, how you written data into the file? In the same way, you can also read data. What is the data inside the file? This is a file, that data is there. So in the same way, how you written data into the file, in the same way, you can perform writing operation also. For writing operation, we have to close the file and we have to open a file again. Why? Because when you write data, the file marker is placed at the last end of file character. File marker ekkado last lo untadi. If you try to read data from that particular file, the file marker will move forward. When file marker moves forward from the end of file character, there are no further characters, so that you will get nothing. So if you open the file for a reading mode, then the file marker is placed at the beginning of the file and you can read all the data till the end of file. And you open the file for writing mode, so reading is not possible. So you close the file and open the same file for the reading operation, and you can read some data from the particular that notes1.txt. So this is for writing the data. Now I'm writing the code for reading the data, reading data, reading some data from the file. So how to read? For that, we have to close the file. So F close, what file I have to close? A file associated with FP I have to close, and I will use the same FP function and using the fopen function, same FP pointer and fopen function. So what file you have to open? Say same notes1.txt we have to open. Notes1.txt we have to open, and for what? Reading mode. So after opening a file, you can also check whether file is opened or not with this particular syntax. So I'm directly performing reading operations here. How to read? I will read by using the function. What opposite to this putc? We have a getc. Getc function syntax you can observe. It requires only file pointer fp. File pointer fp. So getc function will read one single character from fp and it will store it into the C. That C we will print on the keyboard on the monitor by using the putchar. Putchar function will take only one argument C. So we will get C function will take one single character from FP, that means notes1.txt, and that single character is stored into C, and that character stored in C we will print on the monitor by using putchar function. Putchar function will print only one character that is specified in this place. That character in the C is printed on the monitor. So let us see. Alt F9, 00 errors, Control F9, and here I'm writing some data. So A, B, C, D, and pressing Control Z. And what is printed? Only first character is printed, A. So we need to read all the characters. For that, what we have to do? We have to repeat these two statements. So same while loop I have to use, and we will get C, that means get one character and store it into C until how many times you are going to read? Until it is not equal to end of file. Until that time we are going to read it. So this function will read this particular statement. While loop will iterate get C. So every time when get C function is executed, from this file fp, it will read one character and store it into C, and same C is compared with end of file. First time we read A into the C, that A is equal to end of file. Yes, it is not equal to end of file. Condition is true. Then we will come to the putchar statement. Putchar C, that means putchar will print the character inside C. That means A is printed. Next time again we will execute the while loop get C function. Then second character B is taken from FP and stored into C. Then same B is compared with end of file. B not equal to end of file. Yes, true. Again we will come to the putchar statement and B is printed. Next C, next D. Next after D we have end of file character. When end of file character is read by get C from the FP, and that end of file character is stored into C, that end of file character not equal to end of file character false. This time the repetition is stopped. So it will print, these two statements will print all the data from the file. So here you write one printf statement. The data in the file. So after this we are going to print the data. Alt F9, Control F9. See, I'm writing A, B, C, D, E, and Control Z. So this is the data I written into the file, and same file I am closing and opening in a reading mode and reading the same content A, B, C, D from the file here like this. Data in the file is second while loop is reading the data A, B, C, D, E from the file, and when you press enter, we will go back. That's it. So this program is illustrating how to read one character from the file and how to write one character. So these these two statements will what we can say, uh, put one character into the file. And here you see these two statements will read one character from the file. So writing one character into the file, reading one character from the file. So these two statements and these two statements will be used. So with this, today's topic is over.